For question 10, we need to determine the unknown side length and unknown angle measures using the law of cosines. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write down the law of cosines. So I have a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. B squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine b. And c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. Okay, step 2 is I need to figure out what information am I given. Okay, so I know that side B is equal to 11.7 because it's on the opposite side of angle B. I know, I want to make my eraser smaller here. That's a little better. Okay. I know that my side C is equal to 8.6, and I know what angle A is. Okay, so if I have B, C, and angle A, that means I should be able to plug it in using the first iteration of the law of cosines. So I'm going to be plugging in a squared equals B, which is 11.7, squared, plus C, which is 8.6, squared, minus 2B, which is 11.7, times C, which is 8.6, times cosine of A, which is 21. Cosine of 21. And this is going to get me my A squared. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to take the square root of all of that. Okay, so A is going to be equal to the square root of all of that stuff. So I'm going to plug it into the calculator all at the same time and then get some kind of an answer. So I go to my calculator and I take the square root of 11.7 squared plus 8.6 squared minus 2 times 11.7 times 8.6 times cosine of 21. I got 4.79. Now, I'm going to be using this in a future formula, so I'm going to go ahead and store this number as 0. And then I'm going to go back here. Okay, so A was about 4.79. So now I need to solve for the other two angles. So I could use either one. I'm going to go with C, just because. Now the way that we're going to solve for this angle is we're going to just do the opposite of everything. So I'm going to subtract a squared, subtract b squared, divide by negative 2ab, and take the inverse cosine of everything on the right, and that will get c by itself. Okay, so c is going to be equal to cosine inverse of c squared minus a squared minus b squared divided by negative 2ab. So this means we're going to be plugging in on our calculator cosine inverse of c, which was 8.6 squared, minus a, which was 4.79 squared, minus b, which is 11.7 squared, divided by negative 2 times a, which was 4.79, and b, which was 11.7. And all of that should give me what angle C is. So let's find out. I'm going to do cosine inverse, and I want to put 8.6 8.6 squared minus, actually, I need to delete that parentheses. Here we go. Wait, I need one parentheses in here. There we go. 8.6 squared minus, there we go, 4.79. And here I stored that number, so I'm going to recall that number. One squared. Then I have another minus 11.7 squared. Minus 11.7 squared. That's all on the top. It's going to be divided by, then on the bottom, we're going to have negative 2 times 4.79 times 11.7. 4.79 times 11.7. There we go. So I should get an answer of 39.97. 39.97. And, yep. So angle C is about 39.97 degrees. And if I subtract that from 180, so if I do 21 minus 39.97, minus 21 minus 39.97, get 119.03. It's about 119.03. All right, there you go.